Make your body look big, arms way up high. Like this, honey, like this, big, big.
Let's keep going, keep going, keep going.
If you want to know what it's like to really be an American, I suggest you learn something about the coyote. Coyotes have been living in close association with people as far back as we can come up with any evidence for it.
People hate coyotes, they love coyotes. Coyotes are this controversial animal that acts as this conversation starter.
What might be perceived as aggressive or bold behavior is actually just a lot of misunderstanding of coyote behavior.
Most tribes in California, we use the animals as teachers, and they taught us important life lessons.
Something very catastrophic happened 13,000 years ago, but coyotes managed to make it through.
The federal government spent more than $500 million trying to completely eradicate from the continent, and yet it now exists in nearly every city in the United States. Here is a creature that can resist everything we can throw at it.
My name is John Contreras. Nehukalepengas Las Coyotes anga Epekawash Beta Yahweh over there. I'm a Kuya from here in this land, from Torres Martinez. In our creation, one of the main beings, it happens to be Coyote himself. The very first Coyote creates this game. In the game, they have to guess the possession of the star, and he pulls a star from the sky. If you miss me, then the prize is I get to take one of your eyes. If I miss you, then you can take one of my eyes. Coyote starts using magic. So if they guess right, then he would blink his eye, then the star would shift in the earth and move to another spot, so it looked like they missed. Every time they missed, he would take their eye and put it in a clay jar. It started to stack up because everybody was losing. Ferret's out there and he sees that he's using his magic to cheat. He's like, Coyote, I've come to challenge you. And then the ferret captures the star, so he would win all their eyes back. Ferret took Coyote's eyes, and so then Coyote says, well, I have two eyes, let's do this again. And he takes the last eye of the Coyote. Ferret said, well, I don't want him to try to trick people and do these things, so that's why he had killed him. So that becomes the end of that very first Coyote.
The oldest literature in North America is coyote literature, coyote stories preserved by native people for thousands of years. My name is Dan Flores. I'm a former professor at the University of Montana, but primarily a writer. Coyote is a Paleolithic deity. This is a deity that goes back at least 10,000 years, and maybe, since people have been in North America for 23,000 years, we believe now. Coyotes have been living in close association with people as far back as we can come up with any evidence for it. Here in New Mexico, where I live, we have a spectacular national park called Chaco Canyon that was a huge city of at times as many as 30,000 people 1,000 years ago. Chaco was an urban setting that provides archaeological evidence that coyotes were in that city 1,000 years ago. In the suburbs around the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan, more than 1,000 years ago, there were coyotes living in the midst of human villages, towns, and cities.
Do I have guns for these permits? Yes, I do. I apologize. That's the coyote spirit right there. Right there, that's the coyote spirit. I'm Fast Runner, also known as Alan Salazar. I'm from the villages of Pasecfa, Chogoyanga, and Tapu. For 13,000 years, the Chumash lived in harmony with animals, big small, in between, animals we ate, animals we just admired. When you look at all of our traditional stories of myth and legend, you can learn a bunch of important survival lessons from coyotes. They've survived longer than just about any of the animals. They're one of the oldest carnivores that have been able to survive ice ages and a lot of things that even we didn't survive.